Renzi, Luke, why games mostly released with clunk these days? For one, I think the danger with a lot of this is that it's easy for us, like it's kind of like with a lot of people's perception of like their perceptions of big news stories where they think that the world's ending or that violent crime is spiking or all these things. And it's like, no, it's not. It's just that it's more visible now than it was back in the 60s. I was talking to a family relative like last week who was saying, oh, back in my day in the 50s and 60s when I was growing up, there wasn't any sort of crime. There weren't kidnappings, there weren't murders on the street, there weren't like carjackings. It didn't happen. And now it's everywhere you go. You can't leave your car unlocked. You can't go to bed without your car locked. Or without your house locked. It's crazy. And it's like, no, those things objectively happened. And based on the stats we have, they happened a lot more than even now. They just did. What's different now is if somebody gets their car broken into, they make a TikTok about it and it gets 100,000 views, or they post it to Facebook and you find out about it. It's just all this stuff is way more visible now than ever before. And with the computer or the PC port optimization stuff, a lot of it is that this stuff is just way more visible now than it was before, especially with TikTok making one glitch go viral. And it's something I've mentioned before with, like, you remember that AC Unity? Like these pictures went viral for all the wrong reasons because this person had an issue where skin wouldn't render on the faces of the characters that they were experiencing. And these images went viral. But my understanding, and perhaps this is a false understanding, but my understanding from when I dug into this for a video back in the day on Unity, this was related to somebody not updating their drivers and running on like largely unsupported hardware. Like, this bug was not technically part of the AC Unity flop. This was an issue specifically with somebody trying to get the game to break, to have a viral picture or a viral video that they could get some clout with. And so you always have to question when you see stuff like this, what it actually means. Because AC Unity had a ton of problems. Many, many problems. One of the buggiest releases that I can think of. However, a lot of these weird bugs that went viral were not actually what they appeared to be. Same with like The Last of Us on PC. You remember this went viral? This was somebody running the game on their Steam Deck on the lowest possible settings at low resolutions. Really bottom of the barrel performance. And bear in mind, it was not stated to be supported on Steam Deck. It was not verified or anything. And then they posted these pictures and were like, oh my God, the port's so bad. It's like, yeah, if you put any game on that hardware that wasn't supported, it would look bad. Yes. But that's not fair, right? Like, The Last of Us port had a ton of issues, but it's not fair to look at this and then say that the port's terrible because of this, So you always have to be careful whenever you see stuff go viral that supports this narrative that's really popular. You got to be a little, like, not a cynic, but you got to be a little skeptical and just be like, okay, well, what is actually going on here? Maybe it is the case that this runs like this and it looks like this on a 4090, in which case, okay, there's probably an issue. But if you find out that somebody was running this on like a GTX, I don't even know if they made like a 250 or a 750 or some card from like 2012. If you found out that, you would probably be like, okay, well, yeah, of course it looks terrible. Like, duh. Of course. But this went viral and nobody explained that. Yeah, are you saying people go on the internet and lie? I know, it's wild, right? So as for all of this, I think that there is a sort of social benefit for some people, and it's an easy way to get clout and traction, to find things wrong with games and then to make videos and things that go viral, like poking fun at it and pointing it out. So people have a vested interest in finding ways to break these games that are coming out. But that is not to say that, games aren't launching broken. A lot of them are, and some of them are launching buggy and not polished, certainly. My question is just whether it's worse now than it has been before, or if it just seems worse because it's more viral now and it's easier for this stuff to get distributed and for us to all see it, and that's where I'm honestly not sure. There's like every year going back 10 years, you can point to a handful of PC launches that were really buggy and unoptimized. Like, it's always been a thing. It's never changed. It's just now people feel like it's more common because we see it a lot, because it's really easy to get clicks and to get attention and subs and follows and blah, blah, blah when you see that,